Hello there my dudes, it's Chad here at Barry Big Plums Fishing, and I'm going to make a video that I don't normally make, and it's going to be me actually having a little bit of a moan. I'm normally quite a positive guy as far as the sport of fly fishing goes. I love the sport. I've been doing videos here on YouTube for several years now. Been fly fishing for about 10 years after learning in my early 30s, and kind of been involved in the community a little bit, you know. I know some of the names out there, Martin Williams and things, and I kind of get involved in a positive light as much as possible. What I really want to talk about is this morning I kind of hit the last straw that broke the camel's back, would you say. I'm basically, what I'm going to moan about is the negativity around our sport, especially on Facebook groups and things. I get invited to a lot of Facebook groups in the fishing community, like large reservoir groups, small still water groups, just because I know people and I fish with people, so I tend to get invited. And I okayed a lot of these groups, and I see them kind of pop up in my Facebook every day with various posts. And the amount of negativity I have seen around this sport from people, and the way they vent this negativity, I think has really shocked me over the past sort of 12 months. And to be honest, I think our sport needs all the help that it can get at the moment. It's basically on its arse that the sport is. We've had several venues close. The fisheries that I talk to, especially in southeast Kent, they're saying that they've got the same hardcore group of people that kind of keeping them floating. They are seeing a little bit of new footfall, but not as much as they would like. And in these Facebook groups, the negativity that spews from these people's mouths is absolutely insane. I really do believe it does not help the sport at all. There are right and wrong ways to vent frustrations. At the end of the day, lots of people see these posts. It's when you go online and look at a restaurant review, you will remember the one negative review you see. You won't remember the 10 positive ones that preceded that. And these people will often argue they're having an honest, open discussion. But when you go onto a thread and just say, oh, the fish they stock is shit, their words, not mine, or that this venue is a pale shadow of its former self, this company don't care about the fishing, oh, it's been shit the last couple of, this is sort of terminology they're seeing. That is not the way to represent the sport or to voice your concerns about something. And I'm seeing this a lot in the small stillwater scene. I saw it before a lot of places. Diva had a lot of negativity on their Facebook group before they closed. And I'm a genuine believer that that is really, really not helping the sport, especially if people go and look for fly fishing online on Facebook and all they see is people bitching, sniping at each other or slagging off venues. It's really not going to encourage them to go out and fish these places, and that's what we really need. We need support for these waters. And I advise you not to try and educate these people on a better way of doing things, or say to them that if you actually read back the comments on this thread, it's rather toxic, because you are wasting your time. It doesn't matter what you say. This is the way that these people voice their opinions online, because the internet is basically the Wild West. And I do agree with them on that point. It is the Wild West. I think what I'm going to probably do is unsubscribe from a lot of these Facebook groups. Thank you for the people that sent me the invites. I do appreciate it, because I know it come from the right place, but I just hate negativity all the time, and the way to do this and just start really having a go at these venues and stuff, it's really not cool. I'm speaking with a lot of people, especially in the small stillwater scene. I know how hard that it is to run a trout fishery, or listening to what they say is hard about it. Obviously, I haven't run a fishery myself. I know how hard they do work, and it's a tough business to be in. The profit margins are not great, especially with the rising cost of everything. And when you get sort of people online scathing your business, and especially in the way, not even venting, just being downright nasty in a lot of cases, it must be very, very difficult for them. So I think I'm going to unsubscribe from a lot of these groups, and I think it's really, really important that we need to try as a community and just be as positive as we can be. I have bad days too, guys. I had a couple of videos I've uploaded recently, and actually I didn't enjoy the session itself because it was tough, or a couple of venues I went to didn't have good showings of themselves. But it's not what, you know, it's not a good thing for me to go online and say, oh, I had a bad day at this venue, it cost me a lot of money, blah blah blah, because that's not relevant. You know, there's good days and bad days. It all evens out. I have some cracking days and I have some poorer days, but you're not going to see me going on Facebook and start slagging venues off, especially on their page, where hundreds or not even thousands of people see this stuff. It's so damaging. It really is damaging. But it's pointless trying to explain to the people who do this, because I tried it this morning and they just come back at me and saying, well, why don't you help your venues around you doing this, that and the other. I did try and reply and justify myself and say, actually, you know, I do quite a bit. I've taught people to fly fish, you know, and I do other stuff online that's not Facebook. But they just kept coming back and replying. I kept saying I didn't want to reply anymore because they weren't going to listen to my points, and just kept replying. So it's just like, sigh. Yeah, so I don't really do rant videos, guys. It's not really like me. I love the sport, and I will continue to love the sport for as long as I'm able to do the sport. I just think what I need to do is to remove anything that is negative around the sport around me. And that's not to say, let's get this straight, let's have it right, that people aren't allowed to voice opinions. They need to just shut up and say nothing. But there are ways to do things, and literally laying into venues and stuff and being horrible online is not the way to do it. You know, let's grow this sport, let's be positive, let's get our backsides on the bank, out there, support the waters we want to support, and let's make this sport thrive. You know, it needs all the help it can get. There's a lot of things working against fly fishing at the moment. There's a lack of new footfall. There's the rising cost of stocking fish, putting ticket prices up, meaning people can't afford to fish as much. There's lots of things that are working against fly fishing. Let's not self-implode, you know. Let's not damage our own sport by being overly negative about it. You know, there's lots of things that can be done, but going online and being a bit of an a-hole and being horrible to venues and people is not the way to do it. Guys, that's going to be one of the last rant videos you ever hear from me. I was just a bit disappointed this morning when I went on there, and the first thing that came up when I went on Facebook was a little bit of a negative post about a venue, and I did get involved. I won't be doing it again. I will be leaving a lot of those groups. But as always, guys, yeah, get out there, support your venues. This is Chad, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know. I wonder if you've had similar experiences and have left a lot of these groups as well. Because, yeah, I love fly fishing, and I want it to be a positive experience. Anyway, dudes, catch you later. Chad out.